Hello and welcome to the bathroom. Tonight we're gonna take a bath. We're gonna talk about all things bathing and all of those tips. So before I give you like the full tour of the bath situation, I just want to also mention, please bathe responsibly, obviously. Be safe, don't use anything electrical near the tub. Water conservation's a big issue. I live in Southern California. We are almost always in a drought. So I make a lot of concessions as far as like how I wash my dishes, like displacing water in the tank of your toilet so you use less water there. I don't have a yard, so I don't water my yard. Like, I do make concessions to factor into the fact that I love taking a bath. I just want to mention that because I'm sure someone else will mention it. But I will link some water conservation tips below. Please bathe responsibly and be good to Mother Earth, but also be good to yourself. I do think that baths are such a form of self-care. I mean, it's literal self-care in the truest sense, like you are washing yourself, but also just, it's very soothing, very comforting when you do it right, when you have these pro tips. And so that's why I think it's so important for us to talk about. I want to give you some ideas to make it feel like a spa experience at home. I realize not everybody has a tub, so we will talk about shower tips as well a little bit at the end, and I have a whole separate shower tips video. You can make your shower feel like a spa as well. It's all about just finding a way to kind of treat yourself, pamper yourself, feel beautiful at the end of a stressful day, and remind yourself that you are worth it. And no matter what, you absolutely deserve that little tiny bit of time to yourself just to pamper yourself. And I know for some women, your bath might literally be the only time you get privacy. If you're a mom or if you have roommates or whatever the case might be, closing that bathroom door is sometimes like just creating your own sanctuary. So let's talk about all the little ways to make it as spa-like as possible and the most enjoyable experience. All right, step into my office. And I know this seems like a trivial detail, but you want to set the scene for relaxation. I actually just had my friend make this little sign for my bathroom door. She has a Cricut machine, and so she was kind enough to create this. I'm casting a horrible shadow on it, but I just thought that was so pretty, like old Hollywood dressing room vibes. That is my wish for you. Or whatever you want to channel that inspires you to have just a space that when you enter it, you feel like, oh, this is relaxing, this is my vibe, whatever it might be. So, I mean, if I could paint this whole room pink, I absolutely would, but we are renters and I do what I can. So, without getting into all of my bathroom decor, I do just want to make that note about kind of setting the scene however you want. Like I said, I have old Hollywood inspiration for mine, and I will point out my storage of my bath accoutrements as we're in here. So I have this giant apothecary jar full of bath bombs. I think apothecary jars are a really fun way to store anything, but especially bath accessories and treats. It just feels like a big old candy jar to grab out a bath bomb each night or on special occasions, whatever it might be. I've also stored these on a 3-tiered cake tray before, and that was adorable. Highly recommend that as well. Although if it's some kind of open storage, you will have to dust it, just to keep that in mind. But right now I have my bath bombs in a jar. And then I also got this whole cabinet for bath supplies. I really enjoy having my bath supplies separate from the rest of my bathroom, and we can do a full bathroom tour in another video if you want to see the other things I have. But this just kind of makes it easy for me to reach everything I need for the bath in one place. It's right next to my tub, kind of cute, and it makes it super convenient. So we will go through what's in there in a second, and then here's my shower. This is my Hello Gorgeous shower curtain. And I already drew us a bath. So let's start discussing storage. Something I think a lot of people don't consider is when you're in a bath, you are obviously a lot lower than when you're in a shower and you can't reach all of your stuff. So you should plan in advance to have anything you want accessible in the bath at bath height. Since baths are like my jam and I take them at least as much as showers, I have my storage set up where I have a higher caddy there for things I use while I'm showering, and I have a lower caddy here for things I use while I'm in the bath. And the way I created this storage solution was to use like that little washcloth bar and hang an over-the-door shower caddy on it. So that way it's right next to where I am in the bath and I can reach everything. I don't have to stand up and get cold and be dripping and all of that. So I actually like to wash my hair in the bath. I know that's like super old school, but yeah, I don't know. I like to dunk my head and like really scrub my scalp underwater. So I will usually wash my hair in the bath and then use the handheld shower to wash off, like rinse out all the product at the end and wash my body off. So I have my hair products, I have my shaving cream, I have a body gel, although I usually use body gel in the shower and bar soap in the bath. I don't know why, but that is just what makes sense in my head, and that's how I've always done it. So I have the majority of my shower gels stored up here for using while I'm showering. But then I also have some facial skincare here, and I like to wash my face at the end of the night in the bath or shower. Like, I feel like if I do it at the sink, I just get water everywhere and it's a disaster. So I have a cleanser. I actually even have a toner. Like, after I wash my face in the bath, I'll put on some toner. That's some eye masks there if I want to do a little eye mask while I'm soaking. Or a face mask. Like, use this time for skincare, you guys. That way when you get out of the bath, you're done. Like, all you need to do is moisturize and you could just crawl straight into bed or whatever you might be up to next. I also have this PMD wand, which is a huge treat. You can use it for a body scrub, loofah. It has a massage attachment that I will use like on my neck and shoulders. They get so tight. It has a pumice stone attachment you can use on your feet. It is awesome. I also keep a fan here, and this is a serious tip, you guys. Have a fan in the bath. This is from Daiso, the Japanese dollar store. Actually, this was a gift, and she pointed out it would be perfect for the bath because it's waterproof. So I absolutely love this. It's so cute, the princesses. And I love these little plastic fans because inevitably there's gonna be a time when you make the water too hot and you're like overheating in there, and that's when you need to be able to fan yourself like Marie Antoinette style, and that's why that's there. So I highly recommend you keep a fan for such occasions nearby. I also have my razors and extra razor blades accessible right there. I have my soap. Like I said, I like to use bar soap when I'm in the tub, just plain old bar soap and washcloth, like so old school, you can't beat it. And I prefer the Dove Beauty Bar. It's like more hydrating than any other bar soap. It doesn't leave me squeaky. And it's also in that very cute soap dish from Madonna Inn. And then also in the tub, I can also reach what's here in this cabinet. So I have this little dish is full of muslin cloths that I use for washcloths, and I use those on my face. And back here I have a little more skincare I might want to reach while I'm in the tub. I like to rotate through some face masks that I could easily apply. I always have a lip balm because I hate dry lips no matter where I am. I even have a jade roller accessible so I can roll my face while I'm in the tub. This feels good because it's cool and the bath water's hot, and it just kind of makes for a very spa-like moment. Also, I wanted to point out I have some storage behind here. I will show what's stored back there. I put this adhesive towel hook so I can hang my towel here and be able to reach it easily from the tub. I'm like a cat sometimes, like I just don't like having a wet face. I like to dry off. Whether I'm showering or taking a bath, I like to be able to dry my face. So this is a great place to have a towel accessible if I need it. Also, another little hack right here, I put the same kind of hook sideways, and that is how I gather up my shower curtain. Sort of like how you would put aside a window curtain. That just keeps the shower curtain out of my way while I'm in the tub, and I feel less claustrophobic in there. In the past, when I've had tubs that were like, you know, combination tub shower and it had shower doors, in an apartment, I've actually taken the shower doors off and put a curtain in instead, because I just think it's so much nicer to be able to throw the curtain all the way open and not have anything like crowding in on you when you're in the tub. Like if you have that door covering like half of it, the heat gets trapped in there. It's not as comfortable. So depending what your home setup is, if there is any way to not have shower doors, I recommend that. If there is any way to get the shower curtain out of the way, simple little hack right there for you. One other thing I will show you, this is up here in my shower storage. This is how I clean my tub. One of those simple refillable dish brushes, and I have it filled about a third of the way with dish soap and the rest with vinegar. And when I shower is when I clean my tub. I think that's actually the easiest time to do it. You know, you're gonna get all drenched while you're cleaning your tub anyway, so I just bend down and give it a quick scrub, and that way it's always ready for the next bath. And this is such a huge tip. you need to leave your bathtub constantly in a usable state because if you leave it a mess, you're never going to take a bath, because right before you take a bath, you feel like relaxing. That's why you want to take a bath. You don't feel like doing work of scrubbing out the tub. So you got to do yourself a little favor, think a little bit ahead, and always keep your tub clean. Once you get past like the initial scrub, if you're currently not letting it stay in a cleanly state, it's a lot easier to maintain. Like literally 30 seconds in the shower, use something like this, scrub it all down, ready to go as soon as you want to take a bath. It is such a gift to yourself to have a tub always ready to go. One other side note on this, pro tip, fill it with pink dish soap. That way it is pink and just looks a little bit cuter to have in your shower. Obviously you want to store it upright because the style of this type of brush, the like soap will leak out of it. So I have a toothbrush holder on my shower rack there, and that's how I store it upright. The key with the bath is you actually don't want to make it too hot. Even though I know you're getting in the bath because you're cold, you're tired, you're achy, you're sore, you like really just want to relax. So your brain goes, oh, let me make it as hot as possible. In reality, you're gonna overheat, you're gonna have to get out instantly, you're gonna be like sweating. It's not going to be a spa-like experience. So seriously, take note when I say this. Don't make the water too hot. What I have here is actually like a meat thermometer, but I don't cook meat, I don't eat meat, so I use it for my bathtub. And as you just saw, the water temperature was 101 degrees. That's actually a little low for me, but I would definitely recommend that for a beginner bath temperature, or even 100 degrees. I think the window is like 95 degrees to 105 degrees. For reference, I think the average hot tub is 104 degrees it's supposed to be. So I like it a nice balmy 105 degrees, but like I said, I really recommend starting on the cooler side and working your way up. If you want to stay in the tub for the longest amount of time and lounge and just enjoy it, you don't want it to be too hot, because that is how you're gonna cut yourself short and force yourself to get out of the tub, because you're gonna be like sweating and just over it. So a nice cool bath, and by cool, I mean like closer to body temperature, 98 degrees. You can stay in there forever, and it's so relaxing, and you'll really get your money's worth on your water bill. And it is just like the ultimate swanning in the bath experience. So really put some thought into temperature. They also make rubber duckies. I could not think of that word. Like for babies' baths, and they turn a certain color when the water is a safe temperature. And I don't know, like maybe consider that if you're having issues figuring out your water temperature. Or you can get a thermometer. Like I said, this one was originally for cooking meat, but I'm sure there are thermometers. Like you could even get a floating thermometer. Just put a little thought into it. You probably haven't before, but it will make a difference. And on that note, I actually made a little mark with a Sharpie right there, and that's my ideal temperature. Like once you start messing with it and figuring out, okay, if I put the knob exactly to here, that turns out to be 105 degrees, that turns out to be exactly how I like it. Listen guys, we are getting scientific, we are getting serious, we are taking baths to the next level. I know it's a lot, but it will pay off. Yeah, I just put a little Sharpie mark right here. Hopefully my landlord is not watching this video, but yeah, it looks like it's in the cold section for some reason. The way our things work, it goes around like twice. And when I stop right there, the temperature turns out perfect. Okay, the next technical detail that we absolutely must discuss is lighting. I can't stress enough that your lighting will make or break your bath. Like it has to be. People underestimate the importance of lighting. Like, I don't know how many times I've gone to a party and all of the lights have been on in the house, and I will like secretly start turning lights off because humans just don't relax well in bright settings. So unless you're taking your, woof, I should have trimmed that wick. If you guys have seen my candle tips video, you know that I just did a bad thing there. So unless it's like a morning bath and you're trying to get hyped up for the day, you really want to have relaxing lighting. Candles are by far the #1 way to achieve that. There's just nothing more soothing than candlelight. It's so calming and relaxing. I adore it. So I always keep candles on the edge of the bath here. This is another pro bath tip. People don't really think of taper candles for bath lighting. It's like we only use those at dinner tables for some reason, but they provide, well, first of all, obviously the same amount of light as any other candle or more, because it's like out in the open. And so that's very relaxing. They're cheap. This is like a little thing from the dollar store. I got pink taper candles because obviously that makes it cuter. You can put any color taper candles you want in there. They don't add a fragrance necessarily, but they do add a surprising amount of light. It'll bounce off of the tile. Another pro tip, you can get these little mirrored tiles like at the dollar store or Walmart for $1. And if you put that under your candles, you double the light that they give off. And it just takes it to the next level when you have that candle light all set up. When you turn out the overhead light, you will feel the difference in the relaxation. Like, don't be lazy about this. It takes 10 seconds and it can be super cheap dollar store items. And when you're just like sitting back in the bath and that's your view, that's what makes it feel spa-like. Also on the topic of ambient lighting, I looked and looked and looked for a good wireless lamp because my bathroom doesn't have any outlets all along this whole side wall. So probably for good reason, I can't plug anything in next to the tub. So I finally found this beautiful lamp on Amazon. I love this. It's waterproof. It's not waterproof, so obviously be careful with anything you're using in the bathroom near the tub. But it's battery operated. It's nice and bright. It's not quite bright enough to read by, which is a bummer because I do like to read in the tub sometimes. But it is like the perfect amount of ambient lighting. It has this really cool Edison bulb in there. And just a tip, if you do pick this up, within probably a month, it went out. And I was so upset because this is a special type of bulb that works with the batteries. I was like, oh no, I don't have to start buying new bulbs for it. But actually all I had to do was replace the batteries and it's good as new, so keep that in mind. It also has a built-in timer, so it will just turn on like in the evening magically around the time I like to take my bath, and I walk in here and I'm like, oh, it's already ready for me. It's so nice. And it's just so pretty. Also on the note of lighting, I am very pro twinkly lights. So I have some twinkly lights in here. They make the best bath lighting. Very soothing, but obviously you need to do your due diligence, make sure anything you're plugging in the bathroom is safe to use in a humid environment and nowhere near the actual water, all of that. Another thing I have in here for ambient lighting is a wax warmer. That's from Scentsy. It's a really cute pink glass wax warmer, and it puts off the perfect amount of light to be like a night light or to just add lighting in here when I'm taking a bath. So let me turn off the lights and let me close the door. So as you can see, this is a really nice level of ambient lighting. Like I can see well enough to do my skincare or whatever I'm gonna do in the bath. I could probably even read in here. Like it's pretty bright. I have every source of ambient lighting going right now, but I could also take off the twinkly lights. Could also turn off the lamp and truly just go candlelight. You know, match it to your mood, but it's so important to consider the lighting. Like don't just jump in the tub under fluorescent lighting with a fan. Like it's just not soothing. One other point for soothing ambient lighting is you can get a device like this, which is a projector. This was so cool, a star projector. So you can have like literal galaxies on your ceiling. Okay, so let me demonstrate the magic of this projector. Ooh, it is so cool. It makes these like swirling nebulas in your bathtub. Very fun. Something a little different. I don't know. I love to have lighting options like this. I think it's so cool. I like this unit because you can also turn off those stars if you don't want like green dots everywhere. And you can choose the color. You can also aim it on the ceiling, but I like to aim it on the water because it reflects off of the water. And you can choose the color. The projector I had before this pretty much just did this. It looked like a swimming pool at night, like blue floaty lights. So that's pretty cool. This one you can change the color though and make it into like nebulas in the galaxy and have a very thought-provoking, interesting bath. But yeah, there's nothing like a swimming pool at night, so I love like the blue light options. All right, I'm harshing our mood lighting in here for just a second and turn the lights back on to show you a couple more things we have to discuss. Bath trays. You guys ask all the time where I got this one, so I'll link it from Amazon. This is a really nice one, beautiful wood. I love that it has so much surface area. This expands so it will fit whatever tub you have. And then it has these little trays that you can take in and out, which is awesome. Here's a place you could slide a wine glass, like the base of the wine glass into. This is perfect for holding a tablet. This will hold your phone, drink spot. More trays down there. This is just awesome, like so much storage space, so convenient. I always use this when I do my themed bath nights, which we are gonna talk about more very soon, I promise. It's the perfect way to like display your products that you're gonna use in the bath and just really feel like you're having that spa type experience, like very treated, everything laid out. If you're gonna watch a movie, that's a great way. Any entertainment that you wanna have, a book, a magazine, it keeps it up out of the water. So I would definitely recommend a bath tray. The only downside is if you're a tall gal like myself and you need to like put your knees up to fit in the bathtub, you can't do that with a bath tray very easily. So take that into account. Might be something you only want to use occasionally. Like I definitely don't use a bath tray with every single bath. Also, storage can be kind of an issue. That's why I have mine tucked behind this unit here. So I can easily slide it in and out to take my bath. And the other thing that I have stored, I just pulled that out to show you. This is actually like a little shower stool or a bath stool. I promised to mention tips for if you don't have a tub that you can use regularly. And a little folding stool like this will make taking a shower feel a little more relaxing because you can sit down on it while you're showering. I can also sometimes take this out and use it as a side table while I'm in the tub if I really want to be able to reach something easily right outside the tub. Okay, next I just want to quickly touch on some of the products you will want to use in your bath. First up, bubble bath. Avon bubble bath is legendary for a reason. It makes so many just silky, silky bubbles, like so good. So that's the vanilla cream. I really love that one. I always like to use that. These are actually cute little rose petal soaps that I adore. This is a candle jar that I cleaned out and it has Epsom salt in it. I think every single bath I put Epsom salt. That's like the one thing I never skip. It really helps with aches and pains and sore joints and just like soaking off the day at the end of the day. And then in this beautiful Swan dish, do you guys remember these? For me, this is from childhood. These little like oil beads and you put them in the water and they dissolve. I think that's like maybe a 90s kid thing. Do you guys remember that? I saw them once at Walmart. I wish I would have bought like 10 jars of them because I'm running out, but I love those little bath beads. So much fun to add to the water. I also have this bubble bath here, the Lalia. This one's their relax bath. So gorgeous. Look at this, like a wine bottle. This makes a gorgeous gift, like really, really special feeling. So fun that it's like giving a bottle of wine, but really it's giving the gift of bubble baths. So highly recommend Lalia for the most indulgent, wonderful bubble bath. And I'll quickly show you what's in this bath cabinet as well. Here's another bubble bath option. This is a powdered bubble bath by Mr. Bubble. You guys remember Mr. Bubble? And I love this one because it has the cute retro branding, but this makes a ton of bubbles too. I just don't think it feels like, I don't know, it's moisturizing when it comes from the powder like this. And then you guys know, obviously, right? Like add this when the water is pouring, pour the bubble bath in right along with the stream of water as it comes out of the faucet. And that way it'll make the most bubbles. And let that be bubbling while the tub fills. And then here is my Narnia of bath supplies. I love it so, so much. And I have some things in here grouped by theme. If you saw on my Instagram, I did an inner child themed bubble bath. It was so much fun. And that is all the stuff I used for that. I have some lotion in there. This one is like all CBD themed. I did a CBD themed bubble bath recently in skincare. I have some extra Epsom salts back here. I have a gorgeous rose Lalia bubble bath that I ration out very, very preciously because I love it so much. I have some moon themed items, some extra bubble baths that I like to go through here. We're gonna get into this more in my themed bath video, but basically this is where I can like kind of see, okay, I have a few rose items. I could do a rose themed bath. I could have a few moon items. I could do a moon themed bath, things like that, just to make it feel a little extra special when you put more care and thought into what products you're gonna use. This is another fun item for adding to the bath water. This is oatmeal by Aveeno, and it is so soothing for your skin. You know, like itchy skin is just the worst feeling ever. So if you're healing a sunburn or you just have some reason that you need to soothe your skin, I really recommend these packets. They also kind of crack me up because it looks like making instant oatmeal. It's like an instant oatmeal packet for your body. Here's a rose body oil. I love adding a glug of oil to the water. It will make your skin so soft, and I am sadly out of stock of the best ever oil for that. Which is Skin So Soft, like a total classic. I need to get more of that. But really any oil, you can even take an oil out of your kitchen, olive oil, coconut oil, whatever you have, and just splashing that in the water will make your skin feel amazing when you come out of the tub. And it's actually in my other bathroom right now, so I can't show you, but I did also want to mention another option is to have a towel warmer. So luxurious. It's like a little metal rack that you set outside and you hang your towel on it and it makes your towel nice and warm. So decadent and wonderful. If you're going to use any kind of space heater or anything in the bathroom, be super cautious that it can be safely used in a humid environment. So do your due diligence with all of that. I did just want to lastly point out a couple other things on the shower topic. Like I said, I have a separate shower tips video, but using like a bath stool like that in the shower will help so much. Like standing up tells your brain I'm working now, and sitting down tells your brain I'm relaxing now. So at the end of the day or at the start of the day, if you're trying to relax, that's key. I personally prefer to shower or bathe at night, just so I can like really slather on the moisturizer afterwards, get my jammies on and rest. But I know the majority of people prefer to shower in the morning. But if you are doing like a spa shower, I would suggest possibly doing it at night. For the reason of being able to wind down afterwards. Also, lighting is huge with showers too. People don't really take that into account because we tend to think we need to see what we're doing. You don't really need to see what you're doing. Like, turn out the overhead lights, have the ambient lighting, have candle light, not in the shower obviously, but like out here in the bathroom on the bathroom counter, it will kind of, you know, the light will trickle into the shower. You'll be able to see what you're doing. Like, maybe don't shave very tricky areas in that case. But for the most part, you can wash your hair and soap your body in the dark, and that's a lot more relaxing. Lastly, I'll just mention you can get like basically bath bombs for the shower, which are called shower soothers. And I know Lush is one brand that makes them. They're like a little pyramid shaped, and you put it on the floor of the shower, and as the water hits it, it dissolves and it like steams up really lovely scents. And that makes it feel so spa-like. I also use this shower mist. This is eucalyptus scent, and it's basically just essential oil, and you spray it into the hot water while you're showering. And that smells so good. And if you have a stuffy nose, for instance, that will work wonders. But also it just makes it smell like a spa. Like when you walk into a spa and you get that like eucalyptus or lavender or something like that, you can hang actual dried eucalyptus in your shower. There are ways to make a shower just as decadent. So I'm just throwing that out there because again, I know we all have different situations and it can be really frustrating when you're not in your dream house, which, like, let's be real, very few of us are. Most of us aren't necessarily even in a house, at least here in Los Angeles. So I'm making do, and I just want to inspire you guys to hopefully treat yourselves as well in any way you can, because it will make all the difference in your mood and just kind of helping you shed that like martyr mentality, that victim mentality, when you set aside a few minutes at the end of the day just for yourself, just to kind of recharge. And you really absolutely deserve that. You need that. This is how we offer the world the best of us instead of the rest of us. You know, when you put that time into filling your own cup, you guys know my spiel on self-care, but it really is so important. So baths are a wonderful way to do that if you are so inclined, and I hope these tips inspired you, gave you some wonderful ideas. If you want more ideas, we have a community for the Milk and Honey Girls, my top secret Patreon club. We have a Facebook group, so only if you're in Patreon, that's how we weed out the trolls, and that's just for supporters of the channel. You guys literally keep this channel alive. You keep me alive sometimes. So if you want to join us there, go for it. We trade bath tips in that group sometimes. I also have Instagram. I always post my themed baths on Instagram, so you can get lots of ideas there, and we will have an upcoming video all about that. So do all the things, subscribe, find me in those other places. I have an ebook of beauty tips and tricks. We definitely talk baths and showers and self-care in general in that book. So if you're interested in getting more from my extremely extra mind, that's a good place to look. And yeah, I'm here for you guys, and I just hope that you find a way to treat yourselves, and I will see you very soon in my next video. And for now, I'm going to go relax, and I hope you do the same. And I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Good night.